After years of studying chemical engineering, I can finally create my own formula. The potion to everlasting youth and immortality. Actually, chemical engineering is different from chemistry. We don't actually make products in the lab. My name is Zhixiang. I'm 33 this year, and I'm a chemical engineer. Chemical engineers look after production processes, and we're in charge of process units in chemical plants. In the chemical industry, we are also known as process engineers. Process engineers are involved in the design and operation of chemical plants. So these chemical plants make products in different industries, from oil and gas, plastics, to pharmaceuticals, food, even electronics and renewables. I work in Infinium, a specialty chemicals company. We make petroleum additives for lubricants and fuels. In my current role as technical manager, I lead a group of process engineers to ensure smooth operations of the chemical plant. Process engineers work regular hours, but the chemical plants run 24/7. Sometimes when there are issues outside of work hours, the expertise of the process engineers might be required to guide the shift technicians who keep the plant running 24/7. First thing in the morning when the process engineers come in, they do a health check of the production units to identify if there are issues that need attention and if there are other actions that we need to take. Process engineers spend most of their efforts on continuous improvement of the process unit. So these improvement initiatives could be related to a broad spectrum of things, from productivity to safety to quality of the process units. We have meetings with the different plant colleagues, such as the operators, maintenance, and the specialists to work together on plant issues. Sometimes we have calls with other regions. In Europe, this will typically be in the afternoon. With US, it will be in the mornings or at nights. We talk about things related to issues in the process units, improvement initiatives, as well as project matters. Process engineers, they perform day-to-day monitoring of the process units. So when there are abnormalities or atypical results, that's where they might need to step out to the plant to do further investigations. Every day is a different experience for the process engineers. There are days when the process units are running smoothly, and that's when they have time to work on the projects and the improvement initiatives. However, sometimes there could be upsets or issues in the process units that require immediate attention from the process engineers. People tend to confuse chemical engineers with chemists. Chemical engineering and chemistry are two different categories. Chemistry falls under the sciences, while chemical engineering is under the School of Engineering. A chemist deals with the formulation of products in a small scale. Process engineers build upon the works of these chemists to scale up these formulations and produce them on a large scale in the plant, and essentially to monetize the product. Another common misconception is that working as a process engineer is dangerous. While we do deal with materials which can be potentially dangerous, there are actually a lot of safety considerations that go into the design and operation of our chemical plants. There are people working around the clock just to ensure personnel safety and process safety of the chemical plant. After my A-levels, I went to university and took a degree in chemical engineering. At the same time, I took a degree in business administration as well. After I graduated, I went towards the chemical engineering path and started my career as a process engineer. You need to be analytical and to be good with numbers. You'll work with large data sets, numbers, and trends. Being able to communicate well to different groups of people is an important skill. You work with people from different backgrounds, from the technicians, supply chain, sales, and even the executives. Do try your hand at some internships or even some part-time opportunities when working in chemical plants. For people outside the industry, it's very hard to appreciate what goes behind running of a chemical plant. So having this first-hand work experience, it gives a much better appreciation to how running a plant is like as a process engineer. Taking care of a process unit is like taking care of a baby. You are responsible for the growth of the baby. There will always be new problems and new issues for you to solve. And looking on the bright side, all these events and disruptions, they actually provide a lot of learning opportunities and growth as a process engineer.